if you're funny, I don't know if you are, but if you're watching me, you have great taste in comedy, so I'm sure you're hilarious. So if you are watching this video and you decided to do stand-up, there will come a day when you will open for a named comic. Usually someone from the US who's come into town and they need an opener. Someone to start off the show, do a little bit of time, warm up the crowd. That person could be you. And then you could be like me and stress out. I've opened for a bunch of US comics and everyone's being very nice. Their comics are, just like us. Because there's always so much more to climb and there's always someone that you want to get to, like whoever you kind of are idolizing, that person has an idol themselves. And it just keeps going higher and higher until you actually reach the very top. Then you are just depressed. So I remember one of my first named comics I opened for was someone I looked up to a lot named Aparna and Nancherla. And so I still wonder if I say her name right, because I practiced saying her name so much, and then when I had opened for her, and I think I maybe shotgunned brought her up, or I hosted maybe that time, and I said her last name wrong. It was terrible. But before the show, I remember her having a glass of wine outside. She wasn't in the green room, and that's a clear sign that they're kind of prepping for their set, like they have a routine or something. I wanted to play cool. As much as I wanted to talk to her, I'm not going to talk to her. That's me, just 100% cool Joe, taking off my sunglasses, looking into the camera. I was going to play it cool. How's it? I was gonna play it cool. So I didn't talk to her, and I just prepped my set list myself too. But it's good to have varying topics. Even though your tone and your style might be the same, no one wants to hear the same jokes constantly over and over. Like if she's doing 40 minutes and she has a lot of material about dogs, I'm not gonna eat up all her dog material and open with 10 minutes of dog material. I had a joke about orgies, but it wasn't specifically about the orgy, it was about the orgy planner. Because they're the real hero. You ever have to organize something for a lot of people? It's hard. Being the organizer for an event with over 9 people, you gotta pay attention to everyone's schedule and all that. Anyway, so I talked up the orgy planner, how that person's the hero of the whole orgy. I had 5 minutes of very clean, nice material. Then I had the 3 minutes of orgy planning stuff. And then I had 1 minute of cleaner stuff again to bring her up. Anyways, she doesn't see any of my set until she walks in exactly when I start my orgy planning joke. And all she hears is me talking about orgies and planning orgies, and they're the heroes. I remember in the corner of my eye, I see her looking at me, and I'm thinking, oh man, all she knows is that I talk about orgies. That's what I do. I'm the guy who jokes about orgies. And then that was in my head and percolating in there. And then I brought her up to the wrong name because I was so in my head about the orgy stuff that I mispronounced her name. So not only did I do what was seemingly 100% orgy jokes, but I massacred her name. And then I ran off and I didn't talk to her before the show because I wanted to give her space. That could look either way. It could look like I'm respectful, but from a guy who does orgy jokes only, it would look like I'm just a dick, So, guy doesn't talk to me, does orgy materials, brings me up to the wrong name, then takes off because I'm embarrassed. I didn't take off because I'm disrespectful. I watched her whole set from the back, but like, I didn't talk to her after the show because I'm clearly embarrassed about everything. It's a very fun thing opening for the first time for a big name comic, You can put it down as a credit because at the beginning you have nothing under your name, but now you can say opened for Aparna, It's something. I'm not going to talk about how it went or what I did for that opening, but luckily for me, all the other people afterwards that I opened for, I did a good job. But yeah, it's very exciting. I hope you get to open for one of your comedy idols early on in your career like I did, and I hope you do well. See you guys next week.